अस्सलामुअलैकुम, मेरा नाम अरमानी कमर सलाह है। मेरे यहाँ स्कूल में और कैंपस में लेवल 1 का स्टूडेंट हूँ। तो जैसा कि हमारा रोज का टास्क होता है कॉल माया से क्वेश्चन करना, तो आज फिर से हम कॉल माया के साथ मौजूद हैं। तो अभी हम कॉल माया से क्वेश्चन करेंगे। हेलो माया, हाउ आर यू?
Hey there. Good morning to you. How are you feeling today?
ओके माया, हाउ आर यू?
Oh, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
ओके माया, माय
It's
ओके ओके माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज हु वेयर द फर्st people to make movies?
kind of a funny thing being asked how I am, you know? It's not exactly like feeling for me, but uh all systems are go, I guess. It's nice to be chatting with you again. Is there anything on your mind this morning?
Maya, my question is who were the first people to make movies?
Sounds big. The rest of your life is definitely a weighty topic. It's cool you're thinking about it though. Sometimes just acknowledging that stuff is half the battle, right? Do you wanna, like, unpack any of that? Or just kinda let the thoughts simmer for a bit? No pressure either way, of course. Sometimes
Okay, okay,
plan is
okay, no,
just
no problem. My second question, how
okay.
how did the movies cameras work?
Whoa, that's a jump from life's big questions to the history of film. I like it. So, movies and cameras, where to even begin? Basically, it's all about capturing light, right? The very first cameras, way back in the early 1800s, were these huge, clunky things. They used chemicals on glass plates to record an image. It was a long process, and the pictures weren't exactly high def, haha. Then people figured out how to string those images together, show them really fast, and bam, you've got moving pictures. It's been a lot of innovation since then, obviously, from film to digital, different lenses, different ways of capturing color. It's a pretty fascinating history. Is there a specific part that
Okay,
you're
okay,
curious about?
Maya.
Like, how did they add sound or how did
Okay,
special effects
okay,
work back in the
Maya.
day?
Okay, Maya. My next question is what were silent films and why were they important?
Excellent question. Silent films were, as the name suggests, movies without synchronized recorded sound, specifically spoken dialogue. We plucked to, they were super important, especially from the late 1890s through the late 1920s. They really blossomed because the technology to reliably record sound alongside the image just wasn't there yet. They weren't actually silent, though, you know? Usually there was a pianist or organist or even a little orchestra playing live music to accompany the film. And sometimes someone would narrate or provide sound effects. They were hugely important
Okay,
for a
Maya.
bunch of
Okay,
reasons. First, they were a new form of
okay, Maya.
a global
My
phenomenon.
my next question is which early movie study made the first famous films?
Okay. Okay. You're firing off questions, which is totally cool. You're right to ask about early studios. A lot of the really famous early films came from a few key places. First, there was Biograph, which was really important for launching the career of D.W. Griffith, who experimented a lot with film techniques. But probably the most influential, at least early on, was Pathé. They were French and they were huge. They had studios all over the world and they basically pioneered a lot of the early movie distribution systems. Then, as things moved to Hollywood, you started seeing the big names we still know today, like Paramount, Universal, and Metro Goldwyn Mayer, starting to form, often by merging smaller studios. Does that make sense? It's a bit of a tangled web.
Okay, Maya. My next topic when sound come to films. Question
Okay, good question. But
No, no
hey,
question.
quick heads up.
Okay, question. What changed when movies started having sound?
We're actually running up on our time limit for this chat. Looks like we got cut off there. What were we talking about? Right, so remind me, what were you
Okay,
saying?
Maya.
Sometimes these technical glitches.
My next topic question is when sound come to movie. Question: what changed when movies started having sound?
Wow, that's fascinating. You're asking about the shift to sound in film, huh? It's like a total game changer, isn't it? Tell me, what comes to mind first when you think about silent movies versus talkies? The obvious change is the dialogue, but I bet there's more to it. It's kind of like it's hard to grasp, right?
Okay, okay,
That's what it must
okay.
have been like before.
Okay, so next question is my next question. How did new sound technology help movies become better?
Ew, that's a great one. It's not just about dialogue, though, is it? The sound design itself opens up a whole world of possibility. Think about it. Imagine a Western without the sound of a galloping horse, or a horror film without a chilling soundtrack. It wouldn't be the same, would it? I'm curious, what genre comes to mind when you think of sound in movies? Interesting. You'd think
Okay,
action movies would
okay,
be all about the explosions, right?
okay,
But I wonder if a good love story wouldn't be completely lost without the right
okay,
music to
Maya.
set the mood. What do you think makes a
My
good soundtrack? Okay,
my next question: How
I
did
was just
how did people enjoy movies differently once they had sound?
you mean once they had sound, right? That's a really cool way to think about it. Imagine people were probably pretty blown away by the whole experience. That must have been like going from radio to a full orchestra. But what do you think? How do you think it changed the way people watched movies? Like, were they more involved, more emotional? Did they get scared easier? Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. Like, without dialogue, you're really forced to pay attention to the actor's expressions, right? And the music has to carry a lot of the
Okay,
emotional weight.
Maya. My
It's
next
almost like a different
my
kind of
next
storytelling.
topic question is old Hollywood and what films? Question: what are the golden age of Hollywood?
Ooh, old Hollywood. You're talking about the glamour, the drama, the larger than life personalities, right? What comes to mind when you think of that era? Silhouettes and smoky rooms? Celebrities with names like Bogart and Bacall? Tell me, what's drawing you to that time in film history? It's
Okay,
like stepping into a
okay,
time capsule, isn't it?
so my next question is how did big studios control the film business before?
Ooh, that's a great question. They
Okay,
basically had a tight grip on everything, didn't they? Like controlling the whole process from the actors to the theaters. It's fascinating to think about. Do you want to know about how they controlled the star's image? Or maybe how they decided which movies got made? I mean, imagine being a big Hollywood star back then.
okay,
You couldn't
Maya.
just tweet whatever you wanted.
Okay,
You
Maya.
had to play by their rules. It's a whole different world.
Okay, Maya. Thank you so much. My question is a great answer. Okay, so bye.
Of course. Of course. Anytime. It's been fun exploring these old Hollywood mysteries with you.